report one more time. Hey, welcome to the second week of Become a Powerful Creator live stream chat on these platforms. These are both my Facebook accounts. One is Lorraine Garrett, and one is Lorraine Rujo Garrett. So if you follow me on both accounts, then this is going to be the exact same live stream video on both accounts. Let's see if I can get that down. And I got it. Bam. I got it in like bam. So, hey, thank you guys for tuning in tonight if you decide to tune in. The Become a Powerful Creator live stream chat goes live every Tuesday on Facebook between 7 and 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and on Thursdays on between 7 and 9 p.m. on Instagram. On Sundays 7 to 9 p.m., but maybe not every Sunday, on Tag and Twitter. It all depends on how the engagement goes, because Tagged has no playback, and I'm not really sure on Twitter's playback. So if I don't get good engagement on Tag within like the first 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then the Become a Powerful Creator live stream chat will probably end up not being streamed, because there will be no playback for anyone to go back and see. On Instagram, playback is 24 hours, and on this platform here, Facebook, it is probably as long as I don't delete it. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I'm getting ready to start the live stream chat for tonight to Become a Powerful Creator live. I'm just waiting a few minutes to try to let a few people get in. It's like I was just telling everybody, it's from 7 to 9 p.m., so it's going to be an hour long. And we're just now getting started. It's 8:30 tonight, so it's going to go to 9:30 tonight. And tonight, I got this really dope topic I want to talk about becoming a powerful creator and the powerful creator topic. It's not really a topic thing, it's a discussion thing. So actually, if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask me about become a powerful creator, about self-empowerment, or anything of that nature, just ask me any questions that you might have to ask me, or we could just have a conversation about whatever. But I had already decided that if I didn't get any guests in, or anybody to come in and asking questions and engaging right up front, that I have this really dope topic that I want to talk about. And it's crazy because eventually I want to make a YouTube video about this same topic, but I hadn't got to that point yet because I was just still wanting to do research, and I haven't really done research on, well, not research on the topic. I want to do a write-up on the topic, because I also still want to do a little research too. But I want to do a write-up on the topic, but the way that I want to write up the topic is going to be like a scholarly write-up. How you doing? Thank you for joining the live Become a Powerful Creator live stream chat. If you have any questions, just ask any questions. I hope to have a conversation with you. If not, just listen. But what I want to talk about tonight is the elixirs. Elixirs are like drinks or mixes or something like that, right? So I bet you don't realize, like, when people talk about how our bodies have, like, or how we're so unique as a human being. You get these Instagram or these social media memes or posts all the time that say, you do this or you do that, we different. And when I see that post, I always be like, double tap. I super like that, because yes, we're different. No two people are the same. It's like impossible for two people to be the same. So when you see posts like that be like, oh, you do this or I do that, we're different. Don't take offense to something like that, because in all actuality, you are different. No two people in this world are the same. What's up, Anne-Marie Grindheist? Thank you for watching. So the reason that no two people are the same is hey, how you doing? If you got any, this is supposed to be a conversation. So if you actually just want to talk about stuff, you can talk about it, talk back with me. So yeah, just, catch up with me. So the reason that we're all different is because of chemicals, right? Our bodies are all made up of chemicals, and the way each of our chemicals interact differently determines like how certain things manifest, right? So if you don't get that, I'm gonna try to break it down for you a little bit better. So say some people, right, have what you call a disease process known as diabetes, right? So people with the process of diabetes have a problem with insulin insufficiency or producing insulin, right? Which is causes an insulin insufficiency. So when they have sugar, the sugar in their bodies isn't taken up by the insulin and doesn't chemically interact the right way and leads them to hold water and leads to kidney failure. Let me think of some other stuff. Like some person could take a drug and this drug affects you one way, but another person take that same exact drug and it affects them differently. There's a reason why. The reason that we are all 100% uniquely created, each and every one of us. And so the thing I want to talk about tonight is this idea, this concept that I've created, talking about elixirs. And the elixirs are really important because I don't think we understand how big the biochemical aspects of ourselves works in our ability to manifest what we want to manifest in this world. Because being able to manifest has a lot to do with having control over yourself. And having control over yourself has a lot to do with having self-awareness or self-consciousness, right? So if I know I take a certain drug and it makes me behave this way, I forgot to turn that off. Sorry about that. If I know I take a certain drug and it makes me behave a certain way, regardless to what the doctors tell me how it's going to work on me or what the instructions on the bottle tell me it's going to work on me, I'm going to believe my experience with the drug over what anybody else tells me how the drug should interact with me. What's going to take precedence is my experience. So your experience with the drug is based on the way that body interacts with the chemicals that are already in your body. Now you thinking, okay, that's just drugs. That happens with food too, right? Because why do some people can eat a steak and gain no weight, and some people can eat a steak and never get rid of it? Some people can eat cruciferous plants and have no problems, and some people can eat cruciferous plants and break out in hives all over their bodies. Why? Because we are all uniquely made. Now, you think about that, but you don't think about it on a cellular level, and that's where it really comes into play on a cellular level, because in our body we have all of these different. We have I think over 102 micronutrients. I think 35,000 micronutrients, but 102 minerals, and each of us have a different amount of those minerals and micronutrients in our blood to a certain extent. So if you have too many neurons firing in your brain, in your synapses in your brain, then you're going to end up with overproduction of serotonin, or what's the other one? Serotonin reuptake inhibitors and SSRIs and whatever the other one is. But those are people who end up with depression, people who end up with schizophrenia, anxiety disorders, mood disorders, social behavior disorders. Those disorders are based on how you interact with the environment, and how the environment causes all of these different chemical and physiological changes in your body. The reason that this is happening is because on a cellular level, each of these things is producing a chemical in your brain. And so, say to be happy, in order to be happy, your body needs to release a certain chemical. So if I go around a certain person, and that person causes this chemical to release from my brain, that chemical release, when it interacts within my body the way that it's supposed to, with the rest of the biochemical interactions going on in my body, it's going to produce a state of happiness for me. Just like drugs. When you take drugs, they can produce a state. I'm so mad I didn't turn that off. I'm finna try to turn it off because it's gonna go off this whole lot. And I I got it on vibrate, but that's better. I already don't have this shit written down or remembered or rehearsed or in the presentation. This shit just off the dome. Just what I read. I really just think about this shit. So anyway, just like when you taking a drug, and it give you a certain chemical interaction with your body. So our bodies are these giant biochemical machines. Giant, and we all have all of these different nutrients. So the same thing that make you happy won't make me happy. The same thing that make me sad won't make you sad. And so it's the same thing with, like, that's the same reason that the same things that will make you successful won't make me successful, because they don't turn on the same chemicals within us. So each time we put certain foods in our bodies, when they interact with the natural chemicals that are in our body, they're going to produce these certain elixirs. And so these elixirs are what determines who you are, how you act, how they are your they are what leads to the manifestation. So, woo, this is too deep. I think it's just too deep. So, if you can imagine, your manifestations start off as thoughts. So you wonder, like, how do my thoughts become a reality? So in your body, you have something called efferent transport pathways. That is where emotive information travels through your cellular system. So emotive information is just emotions. That's emotional. Thank you very much. That's just emotional information that is transferring through your system. So basically every interaction that you have is creating some type of elixir based on those emotions. So those emotions can be, those emotive informations that are transferring through you can be manipulated by different things in the environment. So if I come and I make you sad, it's going to change who you are. What I did to you externally is going to change something in you on the inside. Why? Because it's changing you on a chemical level. But it started in a mental level. So it was a thought. Something happened and it produced a thought. And that thought produced something on a cellular level to happen to you and to be carried through this emotional pathway, the efferent motor transport pathway in your body. So deep. This is super deep. So once it goes through your emotive pathways, then what happens is you start to work in your life to create these alignments and synchronicities that will produce these elixirs that will cause more manifestations and more alignments in your future interactions. So say for instance, So say for instance, and the reason you want to learn this is because you want to learn what elixirs makes you do what you do. What makes you tick? What makes you work? The same way you want to figure out, okay, if I eat this candy, what it's gonna do to me on a cellular level? So on a macro level, we look at it as, oh, I just ate this candy. I was hungry. I just ate a piece of candy. I'm going to chew it up. I'm going to swallow it. And eventually it's going to come out the back end. But on a micro level, you just ingested a bunch of different chemicals. And each of these chemicals, once they are metabolized in your bloodstream, are going to have a different manifestation, a different result. So, oh, what's up, Aaron Jackson? How you doing? So, the important thing is to realize how, not just to think of it as a matter of, oh, I'm just eating this candy and the result is what's going to happen. It's like, no, I'm eating all these chemicals. And then, so what is each of these chemicals going to produce in the long run in me? So is it going to give me diabetes? Is it going to give me heart disease? Is it going to give me kidney disease? So it's the same way with, like, you not realizing that your actions, your thoughts led to the manifestation. So a thought is what led to you getting kidney disease. Is what led to you getting heart disease because you created the elixirs. So the same way you want to create those elixirs, you can create the same elixirs for success. So if you want to put yourself in a successful mind state, then you have to create an environment that puts you in an emotional state that gives you an elixir that makes you get motivated. Being motivated is an elixir. It's a chemical interaction that happens in your body. So something in an environment, is taking place and causing you to feel something. It was a thought. Something outside of you caused the thought. The thought happened to you so deep that it made you reassess yourself. And so now you are creating situations that's bringing about this thing that inspired you. So now you motivated. So I heard you say you got up this morning and you were sick and you rolled out of bed and you got up and you did this, this, and that. Before I saw you get up and do that, I wasn't thinking about doing shit. I was just on my phone chilling. But now that you told me that you just got up and did something, I didn't eat nothing. I didn't drink nothing. I didn't ingest nothing to create this chemical interaction that just happened to me. I know this is a very complex idea for you to understand, but I'm gonna drill it in until you get it, because I really want to make this kind of come through to you that everything you do is happening to you on a chemical, physiological level. So when people talk about like the law of attraction and manifesting and stuff like that, like they always think of it as like they think like they don't realize it's so much work because it's such, you have to be so detailed in it. And I think in my last stream I talked about like being specific in your purpose, because when you pick your purpose, you basically telling your body the elixir that you need to make, the ultimate elixir that you need to make. But the ingredients, it's so complicated because the ingredients are also elixirs, right? So now you need to figure out the elixirs that you need to create to make the ultimate elixir. And so when you want to be successful, you have to create the elixirs for success. So the elixirs for success is motivation, inspiration, hard work, not giving up, whatever that word is, being relentless. So those are elixirs. You wonder why you feel ignorant because you don't have the elixir for being educated. You wonder why you're not motivated because you're not giving yourself the elixir to be motivated. You want the elixir to be motivated. You want the elixir to be motivated, then you have to give yourself that elixir. What is the elixir to be motivated? In a motivated environment. So when you're around motivated environment, it's going to set off some chemicals in your brain that's going to cause you to start getting motivated. Those chemicals that motivated you are going to be the things, it's going to be that same elixir is the reason you got up and did the thing that you were motivated to do. I know it's complicated. I know. So the elixir, you need these elixirs. These elixirs are not visible. They're invisible because they're emotional information. Or sometimes it's chemical information. But chemical information is also emotional information. So you gotta think of this on all levels. So if you wanna feel better, you have to produce I got it now. My brain finally turned on a little bit. So we don't really need drugs. Woo! It just came to me. We don't really need drugs. The reason that we're using drugs is to make our bodies synthetically produce elixirs that our bodies are naturally supposed to produce. So you drink lemon juice in the morning. They say it detox you, right? Why wasn't your body detoxing before you drank the lemon juice? Because the lemon juice produces some type of chemical interaction in your body that sets off the detox system. All right, another good example. Pain. Our bodies are designed to deal with pain. We're not supposed to use pain medicine to get through pain. So your body has a whole lot of elixirs and ways that it creates elixirs to get rid of pain. One way it creates an elixir to get rid of pain is crying. Have you ever noticed that when you're in pain, if you start crying, the pain seems to subside? Maybe not completely go away, but subsides. It's because something that happens when you cry produces an elixir, a chemical interaction in your body that relieves you of pain. Another one for pain, anger. So when you get angry, anger produces an elixir in your body that helps relieve pain. Am I lying or not? When you're mad and you're angry and you're in pain and you fuss and cuss, the pain seems to subside because something in that emotional state, something from that emotional information comes through, and it creates an elixir, an emotional elixir. And it relieves your body of actual pain. The same way that you ingest a drug. Another way that you can relieve pain, hot water. You can, in a hot environment or cold environment. You're not putting any chemicals into your body. But what you are doing is causing your body to create a chemical. Not by putting a chemical into your body. So this is the same way consciousness works. It's so complex. But you have to figure out ways to make it connect and break through. So when I first had the thought of this, the reason that it was able to break through to me was through pain. Because I was like, oh wow, because I just got on pain medication after like 10 years of having fibromyalgia. And everybody kept saying, why weren't you on pain medicine? How did you do it so long? Or why are you on it now? You're a failure. You gave up. But what I realized is that through each process of my pain, my body had developed a way of coping with the pain before it could no longer cope. So my body is no longer able to create elixirs. 10 years of creating elixirs to it no longer can create the elixirs on its own to relieve myself of pain. Now I have to take pain medicine. But for 10 years, so for the first years, I had outer body experiences. I would have an outer body experience and the pain would go away while I was going out of my body. So that was the first 3, 4, 5 years of me learning how to deal with the pain. After that, I learned how to detox my body through enemas, colonics. So I could do a colonic and I can instantly relieve myself of pain. And then I would have periods where I would cry. And that crying would relieve me of pain. And then I would have periods where I could get angry. And that anger would relieve me of the pain. So those were 4 different things that I could have, that I can do. Oh, meditation, which is an outer body experience. Those are 4 different things that I was able to do to relieve myself of pain. So that the fact that you could take a drug and relieve yourself of pain, that alone shows that pain is a chemical elixir. So pain is a chemical elixir that your body makes. Pain is an elixir. But you can also create elixirs to get rid of the pain. You can be angry. And so anger will give you a chemical elixir to get rid of the pain. You can cry. And crying will do something to you on the inside that creates a chemical elixir that gets rid of the pain. You can meditate. And meditating does something to you on a deeper cellular level, on a conscious level. So this is working. You're working with consciousness. Consciousness creates an elixir. Consciousness is so powerful. That's why my goal is to get everybody to tap into consciousness. Because we don't realize why it works. We don't understand why it works. It's because it works on a biological, a biochemical, physiological level within our human DNA. By creating these elixirs. By the things that you do. The people that you talk to. So you create the atmosphere by changing people's chemicals makeup in their bodies. So the way that I talk to you will change the elixir that your mind is creating. So I can change your mind state by producing a particular elixir in you. I can motivate you because I know that it's nothing but emotional. I know that it's actually not emotional, that it's chemical. All I got to do is figure out how to make your body produce the chemical. Once I do it, I can do it to everyone. The same shit gonna work for everyone. The same thing that I did to motivate you, not everyone because we all unique, but for in general, the same thing I'd say to motivate you, I could say to motivate them. If money motivates you, money will most likely motivate them. Money is a good elixir for motivating, right? Seeing other people do it is an elixir for motivation, right? So, another reason you really want to pay attention to elixirs is because people around you produce elixirs within you. So you have to pay attention to who produces the elixir in me that makes me happy. Who produces the elixir in me that makes me angry? Who produces the elixirs in me that makes me bitter? Because those states of mind become moods, become personalities. Personality is what gets you to the next level in ascension and manifestation. Because you have to know how to control your personality, your impression, the perception of yourself. But if you are allowing other people to come in and control you because you don't know what elixirs move you, then you have no control over self. You have to have control over yourself on a biochemical level. That's why what you eat is important. Because that's controlling the elixirs that are created in your body on a biochemical level. You eat a lot of fats, you're going to get fat. You want to lose weight? Decrease your fat intake. Produce an elixir that's going to cause you to lose weight. It's about you understanding that this shit is happening to you on the metaphysical level. And the metaphysical level is the thought process. But the thought process is not as metaphysical as we would like to believe. And that's why consciousness will no longer be metaphysical real soon. Because we will be able to follow this shit through the chemical elixirs that it produces. If I can consciously create a chemical elixir in you and prove that these elixirs are, that these things are happening to you because of chemical interactions, then that's not metaphysical. It's no longer metaphysical. Actually, it's not metaphysical. It's only metaphysical because we didn't understand it in a physical way. But when you understand that everything that's happening to you is happening to you because it's creating a chemical, or it's biologically happening to you because of these chemical interactions that are taking place in your body, then you will understand that it's deeper than just what you do or how you act. It's about how you feel. It's about how you carry your baggage, how you respond and how you perceive things and how you, because what's happening here is, I know I don't eat pork. What's happening here is if you realize that someone's producing an elixir in you, you need to immediately respond to be able to have more control over them, to relieve that. Whatever elixir they produce, you need to have more control to produce the elixir that gets rid of that elixir. Like I said, this is some complex shit. I didn't expect it to be easily understood or easily conveyed. But I know exactly what I'm trying to convey, and I know that it's understandable, and it's conveyable, and it's rational, and it's logical. It's just very complex. But I have a lot of patience. And I think very greatly and very deeply. So I will figure out a way to make it connect and make it resonate or make it logical or make it rational. Because this is something that I realized was very important in the development of the self. Because you can't control what you don't know. If you can understand the fact that taking drugs and ingesting drugs changes your mood, changes your behavior, then you should be able to understand that people are the same as just like drugs. But beyond that, The same way you overdose on heroin. I want to say heroin, but heroin's not the correct word to say. I forgot the name of that drug. Opioids. It's opioids, I guess. You can take Narcan. So you know, if I overdose on no opioids, I can take some Narcan and it'll reverse the elixir that the opioids created in my body that overdosed me. So I ingest the opioids. They produced an elixir in my body that brings on death. Whoosh. But I got Narcan because I know I'm quick to recognize, perception. I perceived that my elixir has been changed, has been altered. Now I need to come up with the response. Now I can respond because now I need to know that my elixir needs to be altered so that it can be put back to the way that brings me back to life. So me having a little knowledge, I know that if I have Narcan, take some Narcan, that elixir that was produced by the opioid, now this Narcan produces a new elixir that gets rid of the elixir that the opioid produced. Oh, I know I got that shit. I know I made it come through. Yeah, that's what the fuck I do. I feel good because I know I made it connect. But I knew I was. I know everybody else going to be listening for the first 30 minutes like, ooh, this bitch has lost her motherfucking mind. This bitch is talking about elixirs and mixers and chemicals and biological and physiological and astronomical. And nah, this is dope. This is deep. This is real shit. I don't just talk out the side of my neck. I really sit and meditate and think about things. And then I understand them on a really, really, really deep, microscopic, micro world level. You know, I try to bring it to you in the macro level, but I still got to make it connect to you on the micro level. Because at the end of the day, everything that's happening, everything that we doing is happening on a micro level. When I'm talking about what's going on in the dimensions, when I'm talking about what's happening on a metaphysical, the reason that we can't connect with it is because we can't see it as being real. We can't understand how it's not really metaphysical. It's really physical. It's really all physical interactions because chemical interactions are physical. So metaphysical is something that they cannot be explained. They lied. You want to know why they've been lying? Because your consciousness is the most detrimental thing to the social construct that we're living in right now. Your consciousness is destroying that. Every day, another one of you becomes conscious, this system is falling away. They never created this system with your consciousness in mind. This system was created for the unconscious. It only works on the unconscious. Why would they tell you that consciousness was not metaphysical? Why would they tell you that it's real? Why would they give you the tools to empower you to be a slave, to get free from slavery? If I make you a slave, why the fuck would I set you free? Y'all sitting up here talking about, well, why they didn't tell us this, or why would they? The only way we get set free now, we set ourselves free. And the ones that find themselves free come back and set other people free. You know, like that lady that was on the Underground Railroad. You remember that lady, Harriet Tubman? If she didn't get free first, she couldn't have never came back and freed nobody else. But do you know how many other people could have walked off when she walked off the first time and didn't? You know how many other people could have told them that you could get to freedom, but didn't? Do you know how many people make it to mental freedom and don't come back for the other people? I'm not the only person that think like this. But I'm the only person that's willing to feed it to you for free. I'm the only person that's willing to bear my cross for this shit. To be crucified for it. To be laughed at. To be called crazy. To get ridiculed. Do you know why people don't do this? Go read the Bible. The same people Jesus was trying to set free wanted him dead. The people asked for Jesus to be killed. Because they don't want to see somebody with some power or some magic that they don't have. So first of all, the people that I'm trying to give this shit to don't even want it. And the people that I'm trying to give it to, the people that don't want y'all to have it is mad that I'm giving it to y'all. And they laughing at me with y'all. Like, these motherfuckers don't even want the shit. Stupid bitch. They laughing at you. You really giving them some real shit. And they thinking that it don't make sense to them, so they laughing at you. But you really laughing at yourself because you laughing at your ignorance. I never take offense to people laughing at me. Only a person that's not confident in their intellect will take offense to an ignorant person calling folly on what they know to be true. So anyway, I hoped it to get some people talking to me. And again, another week, I didn't. But I'm not thrown off by that. Because like I said, this is some complex shit. So I know a motherfucker probably right now trying to run back through it. But I'm going to run back through it. Because I still have 20 minutes. So I wanted to just take time. And I always like to take time and slow it down. And talk in between. And so that's what I wanted to say in between. And I wanted to slap motherfuckers across the face. Slap some sis in you. You know, B.O.B. got a song called Smack Some Sis in Your Ass. Because I know motherfuckers will sit up and talk that shit until they just got to the point where I just broke it down and made it make sense with the opioids and the Narcan. And before that, I know it made sense when I told you about the pain and the 4 different ways that you can relieve the pain without medication. Those are elixirs. Whatever created the pain was an elixir. The crying will create an elixir that will remove the pain. It's the same thing when you have unwanted people around you that produce depression. Depression is an elixir. Get the fuck away from the person creating the elixir that's causing depression in your life. Stop eating the food that's creating the elixir that's causing the depression in your life. Stop thinking the thoughts that's creating the elixir that's causing the depression in your life. Think the thoughts that will relieve you of the depression. Hang around people that create the elixir that relieves you of the depression. This shit is magic, but it's not. It's only magic because how much you have to think and work at it to understand it, for it to work for you. But for me, it's not magic because I do it every day. I've been doing this for. I came across this information in 2014, 6 years now. When I first came across this information in the Kundalini, I thought it was not real. I thought it was impossible to understand. I thought it was because when I went through the subjective Kundalini teachings, not even the objective. Objective Kundalini teaching is like what I'm doing with you guys. Subjective is what I still do. It's just all thought. Nobody explaining nothing to you. Nobody giving you no analogy. Nobody giving you no metaphors. Nothing. It's just you lost in darkness. The darkness of your thoughts. Just philosophizing the philosophizing. And philosophizing the philosophy of the philosophication that you philosophize. And that's really what metaphysics is. But the way that we understand it is we like to break everything up. We like to take stuff apart. We like to, when everything all works together, So anyway, I really shouldn't have to go over the elixir thing so good, but I'm going to run through it because I want to take this little 10 minutes to run through it. So the elixirs, your body creating all these elixirs, and I can calmly run through this since I feel more confident in talking about it now that I know that I got my point across. But we have these, our bodies are always creating these elixirs, consciously and unconsciously. You want to be more conscious and cognizant of the elixirs that your body create, so that when your body creates elixirs that you want to know how to reproduce those elixirs so that you can create those elixirs at will. The same thing happens for when your body creates elixirs that you do not want. You want to know how to create a elixir in response to that elixir that gets rid of that elixir that puts your body back into it gives your body the elixir that puts your body back into the state that you would prefer to exist in. So becoming a powerful creator is all about living the life that you want to live, creating your reality. If in your reality you're happy, that's just one part. In your reality, you have a business, you're an entrepreneur, that's another part. So when I talk about becoming a powerful creator, my thing is not about becoming an entrepreneur. My thing does not say become a powerful entrepreneur. My book is not called my brand is not called Become a Powerful Entrepreneur. It's called Become a Powerful Creator. So you create elixirs as well. So I want you to become a powerful creator of the elixirs that you create in your body. Because your elixirs manifest your consciousness, your mind state. Well, actually, your mind state manifests your elixirs because all is mental. That's the first law. All is mental. So these elixirs are the different chemicals that your body produces that puts you in different states. They make you fat. They make you angry. They cause pain. They make you tired. They make it impossible for you to sleep. These are all biochemical processes that are happening in your body through efferent motive transport ways. Those also connect to your chakras. You can look them up. They're called nerve plexuses. On my YouTube channel, I have a video from Beast to Gods where I show how the nerve plexuses and the chakras are actually the same. One and the same. This is not metaphysical. Because chakras are not what you thought they were. Chakras are nerve plexuses. You can Google them. And you will see that a nerve plexus is an exact same place as a chakra. Nerve plexuses are energy centers. And when you have too much buildup of energy, it becomes physical, solid. It solidifies. You can do the research. I've done it. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it. The video's called From Beast to Gods. I've done the research. I did that research about 5-6 years ago too. And at that time, it did not dawn on me, this whole concept of elixirs. This concept of elixirs just dawned on me. And I wanted to really share this. It's not something I've rehearsed or thought about. It's just a concept that dawned on me. Not something I researched. It dawned on me. It was a thought. And so my ability to articulate the thought logically and rationally is what I'm giving you. My objective idea of this concept of the elixirs that our body creates, which is these different chemicals that will determine or dictate how we respond, interact, how we move in the world, whether we acquire success or we manifest the things that we want to manifest. Because the things that we want to manifest depends on the mind state that we're in. If you can't control the mind state that you're in, you cannot create. That's the first thing that you want to create. Is the atmosphere. Is the mindset. You can't go out there and run a mile if your legs are paralyzed. So first you have to get your legs working. You're not going to just jump up and walk. If you haven't ran a mile in a while, you're not going to just get up and run a mile. Your body don't have the elixirs for that. When you get up and run, your elixir's going to make you tired. But if you keep practicing, eventually you're going to create the elixir that's going to have you running a mile. So the same way that you produce these elixirs that produce pain, the same way you can produce an elixir to relieve the pain. The same way you can produce an elixir that makes you lazy, you need to find a way to produce an elixir that makes you motivated. The same way you allow the environment to make you depressed, to create an elixir that makes you depressed, you need to become a powerful creator and create an elixir that relieves you of the depression. So I want you to become a powerful creator over your ability to create these elixirs in your body, in your mind, in your DNA, or wherever the fuck they at. I want you to create the atmosphere. I talked about this last time because you can't manifest shit if you cannot manifest the atmosphere. The atmosphere are the alignments that are going to come to you. That person that you walked up to you because you were just smiling. And they felt welcome to walk up to you. And you were looking for a building. And they're a building developer. Feel me? You produced an elixir in him that made him feel something that attracted him to you. You drawing this shit into you. It's magic, but it ain't. It's metaphysical, but it ain't. Because it's chemical. Once I just made this shit chemical, it's no longer metaphysical. But they didn't tell me in school about this shit. Who are you, Hustle God? Who are you, Lorraine? I'm nobody, but did I just make it make sense? As long as I make it make sense, nobody else had to tell you. I didn't have to tell you. You could have thought it too. You could have thought it like I thought it, and your thought would have been just as valid if you would have made it validated with logical, rational information. So I hope that y'all run through this video and watch it. And you might have to watch this one 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times. Because this one is dope. This is deep. This is strongly complex. And at first, I want you to be laughing at me. And then I want you to come back like, God damn, that's a bad sister right there. I was laughing at me too in the beginning. Because I knew I was all over the fucking place, but I wasn't. But I wasn't. Because I know what I'm trying to say, but I know it's coming across as being all over the place. That's what I should say. I know I'm not all over the place, but I know I was coming across. So until it come across and y'all have that aha moment, oh my God. I want y'all to feel how I felt when I first started philosophizing about this whole elixir idea. I can't wait till I make the YouTube video on this. Like I said, the reason I hadn't made the YouTube video yet, because I hadn't even thought it all the way through. I just thought this shit all the way through tonight with y'all. That's how off the dome these Become a Powerful Creator live chats is. I just had that philosophy. I just shared with y'all without completely philosophizing in myself. But I knew how it resonated with me. When I felt it, I knew I had to share that with y'all. I was like, that's some powerful shit. And I'm not saying everybody ready for this level of magic. But if you're not ready for this level of magic, just know that you're going to always have problems with your magic. Because you know what the books say, right? The devil is in the details. That works two ways. So the devil can, if you're missing the details, that's where you're going to find the devil at. That's where your antagonist is, in the details. You can't miss the details. They're important. That's like when you planning your plan, when you creating your purpose, and I say you have to think it all the way through. You can't, just like building up, when you build a house and you drawing up the drawing plans, you draw all the details. I've seen drawing plans with doorknobs. I mean, I'm just saying. Details. Your life is way more than any building that ever been constructed. This is the greatest temple ever created. How could you not put as much thought into what becomes of this temple as is put into what becomes of a physical, as a dwelling temple, as a different type of dwelling temple, because this is a dwelling temple as well, but the spirit dwells in this temple, and in this dwelling that I'm in right now, my body's indwelling in. So my spirit is indwelling in this physical temple, then my physical body is indwelling in this other physical endowment. You see how that works? Shit is deep. And then this house is in the world, right? I'm just saying. It's deep. So you gotta think about the details. And I know it's tedious, but becoming a powerful creator is not something to take lightly. Having total control over your fucking destiny, over your future. I would want total control. Because look at the life that you guys are manifesting right now without control. It's not that amazing. I would rather amazing any day. No matter how much more work it is. Amazing beats like bullshit any day. And a lot of us live in bullshit lives because we don't take the time to control our own lives, the details of our own lives. So anyway, that's my time tonight. Again, on this platform, Facebook, Become a Powerful Creator Live Chat goes live every Tuesday on 2 of my Facebook pages. This live stream is available indefinitely. On Thursdays, I go live stream on 3 of my Instagram platform pages. So please tune in. The conversation will be similar, but it's never the same. Because like I said, this is not rehearsed, it's not written down. But I will talk about elixirs again on Instagram this week. This Thursday. So if you missed this one, all day. If you missed this one, you catch me on Instagram on that one, and you'll be able to listen to me talk about elixirs again. But you should be able to go back and watch this one. And the good thing about this one on Facebook is that this one is available for you to watch over and over and over. On Instagram, it's only available for 24 hours. I hope that y'all tune in next week and catch me again. I'm hoping to get people to start engaging and talking back with me. Don't be scared to talk back. There's no wrong thought. There's no such thing as an improper or incorrect thought. All we could do is figure out a good way to make the thoughts make clarified thoughts together. We could all work together to clarify thoughts. That's all we here to help each other do is clarify our states of consciousness. Because I don't know what consciousness state you in or what you do or don't need, what do or don't work for you. But if we start having discussions and conversations, then we can get there together. And that's what I ultimately want to do, one mind at a time. Whoever I can work with, whoever I can reach, whoever I can touch. So hopefully y'all tune in. Hopefully this is not going to be a whole 6 months of me talking at the fucking screen. I am going to do it if that's what I have to do, but I'm hoping that I won't. Because I'm hoping in 6 months for this to turn into a podcast. But if I'm not getting an engagement, I have to wait longer to turn it into a podcast, because I'm not going to start a podcast and be talking to myself on a fucking podcast. So I'm doing this for 6 months. Become a Powerful Creator live chat every week between 7 to 9 p.m. because I can't guarantee exactly what time I'll be home and what time I'll be ready. So please make sure y'all tune in. Please make sure y'all share these with people. Get the word out that I'm trying to do this. And I look forward to seeing y'all again next week. Y'all have a blessed day. Happy Tuesday, whatever y'all doing.